longer. God's gonna trouble the waters. Another one, we say, hold on, just a little while longer. Hold on, just a little while longer. Hold on, just a little while longer. God's gonna trouble the water.
Can we get a round of applause? All right now. Thank you, my brother Remy, for that. We need that opening. We're right back at you, though. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the questions that was asked. Before I get started, I got my brother Quan on the show. He's gonna introduce himself. He's gonna give us a little insight on him.
Yes, sir. Quan, 1/3 of AMG Urban Sounds, plus multiple, many, we're dynamic, trying to build an empire, not just working. We're trying to do multiple things out here in the community. We'd like to support. We're muchly appreciated, and see you in the future.
Already. That's what's up. Y'all already know sis right here. Y'all already know my brother sitting on the side. Brother, I want to ask you a few questions there before we get started. It's 2021, and we had some questions that was asked. What are we gonna do, and how could we build the community? And by me working with you, dealing with the community, and also, you know, it's an individual on job sites, which is still a community. You know what I'm saying? What first popped to your mind?
Yeah. Let me adjust my crown.
Go ahead, my brother.
And
what did you say your name was again?
King James.
Okay.
Period.
First, second, third.
Second. Actually, my son is the third. My daddy was the first. And so I got two words that could sum up my ideology as it revolves around Black empowerment and community building. Simple words, well known, might be misconstrued when you put them together in a definitive way.
Okay.
Grass and dirt. Grass and dirt. The struggle for Black freedom, civil rights, Black empowerment, Black power, whatever the case may be, has been revolved around economic freedom. Okay. So whatever your take on our introduction to this land, our matriculation throughout the duration of the growth and the development of this land, whatever your take on that, the one and two things that have always been paramount to creating a legacy is grass and dirt. And our struggle for freedom revolve around them two things. Because if you got them, then you got control. And control is what power is about.
Okay.
How do you control the functions of your life on a daily basis? We can march. We can protest. We can even riot. But at the end of the day, nothing is going to bring about the results that we want better than control.
Okay.
And that's all I got to say on that.
Did anybody want to add anything to that?
Yeah, in control.
Go ahead.
What you say? Who says control?
Control is definitive.
Okay.
Control is definitive. That means control in every way. So if you losing control in any aspect as it regards to the way that you live your life, when you wake up from when you go to, from when you wake up to when you go to sleep, if you ain't got control over anything during that point in time, then that is a lot. That is the opposite of what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is controlling every facet that involves the endeavors that you take part in from when you wake up to when you go to sleep. And a lot of that revolves around grass and dirt.
Can you have control over a demographic though?
If you got enough grass and dirt. If you got enough grass and dirt, this demographic that you're talking about, whoever they may be, they live on grass and dirt. They are governed by rules that regulate grass and dirt. And every time they leave out their house, they leaving out grass and dirt. So all I'm saying is, if you got grass and dirt,
Not everybody abide by grass and dirt.
everybody abide by grass and dirt. No matter how much grass or how much dirt you got, regardless of the fact may be, even if you operating outside of the mainstream apparatus that governs this position, you are still operating in a juxtaposition of a position that already exists that is controlling the grass and dirt. So regardless of how you coming at that shit, you're gonna have a struggle, whether it's for civil rights, whether it's for economic rights, whether it's for workers' rights, whether it's for whatever kind of rights you got, you struggling for control. And if you ain't got control of grass and dirt, then you really ain't got shit to say in America. Not in America. We talking about America though, because we was taken from another place, brought over here. And however you feel about that, we gotta make the best of what the fuck we doing right here.
Sorry, I
Okay.
elaborate on that.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead.
You just can't say taking because shit. Some of our people sold us. Some of our own people sold us.
And some of us was already here.
So when it comes to the grass and dirt,
Let us speak.
so when it comes to grass and dirt, I feel like it's more on some respect the aspect of your own livelihood, how you appreciate that grass and dirt. Because shit, our elders and the people that showed us they didn't give a damn about that grass or dirt. When it came forward towards dollar, they didn't give a damn.
They ain't having
Let's
enough grass
get
and
back
dirt.
into the ancestors.
They ain't having enough grass
Okay.
and dirt. What
Okay.
happened was
Okay.
they
Hold on.
lost control of their
Hold
grass
on.
and dirt because
Hold
somebody
on.
came in with guns and
Hold on.
told
Hold
them
on.
what they
Hold
were
on.
supposed to do with that shit.
Whoa. Hold on. Let one individual speak at a time. It's all the time.
We can sing together.
Go ahead, my brother. Listen, go this brother. Go ahead.
I was just saying, what are you saying? Like the people that he's saying that they didn't care about the time. Yeah, that's cool. They possibly didn't, because most of the time they didn't have a choice, because you know what the struggle was for them. It's deeper than what we get. We basically get it privilege. You know what I'm saying? But the people that were came after them, they fought for us. We talking about the Martin Luther Kings and the Malcolm.
Hold on. Let him talk. Let him
You know
talk.
what I'm saying? Them the people that fought for us. We coming up after them. So we still got to acknowledge the fact that they still stood up, even when our people felt that they couldn't do no more, but we still fought.
But do we
And
really
still fight
though?
right now.
That's the deeper question.
Whoa.
Do we appreciate
Hold on.
This is a form of
Okay.
us still
Hold on.
fighting right now.
Hold on.
This
Hold on.
podcast is
Let one at a time. Let them speak.
It's all just a freedom of speech. This is what we still
Freedom of speech, but
Hold on.
Did-
Hold on.
we really
We want to
appreciate
let one individual speak at a time. Are you finished, my brother? Okay, now. Hold on. Let this brother right here. Okay, go ahead, my brother.
Appreciate it. Go, Quan.
Go,
I do
Quan.
appreciate it. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I do appreciate it. Because if it wasn't for them standing up for my future endeavors, I wouldn't be right here speaking today. So that put me in a position that I am in today, to where I can sit here and I can talk to multiple people and I can sit here and get my point across.
Okay.
But it's a lot of ignorance and
to do that.
compulsion that comes with the shits.
Right.
So it's up to people that acknowledge their own ignorance, acknowledge the shit that happened to us, acknowledge it as a whole, and try to make the situation better. But it's no finger to point. When it comes from your own people, it's no finger to point.
Okay. Hold up. I'm gonna get you 1 second. I'm gonna let this sister here. I'm gonna
let James go ahead.
Okay, hold on.
And
I'm
you go to Kente.
James got some requests.
You go to
out here.
Kente.
Okay,
So let's
but I
see
got
what
all right. But I got some individuals in the audience that want to speak. Hold on, ma'am. I thank you, ma'am. You're a good staff. I love you to death. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Sit in the back.
You said, sir?
Yeah, that brother had raised his hand up there. Okay, well, go ahead, ma'am. He put his hand down. No, go ahead, ma'am. He put his hand down. He raised his ladies is first. No, I seen his hand first. But then, hey, it's all good. Go ahead, Miss Lady. Oh, no, ma'am, not at all. This is the brain chamber.
Oh, no, don't interrupt her.
Ladies first.
No, ladies first. Let her go. Go ahead, ma'am.
It's okay. We come back to you. Shit, I forgot what the fuck I wanted to say.
Anyway, what I just said.
Because he was just saying something, and I was going to
I said pretty much for the most part, long story short, we can't point the finger at nobody else when it comes to our own ignorance and us pointing fingers upon ourselves.
30
Okay,
seconds.
and that's what I was going to reiterate of what you said. That's yes and no.
Okay.
There's you have to be crazy to not admit that there's been things embedded in our society.
And that's what I just
that have us
said.
thinking and
That's
feeling
exactly
the way
what I said.
So there's a lot of us that understand that, but there's a lot
of us that
ignorant
don't.
to it. And it's not that they're trying to be ignorant to it. Most people, when they don't realize that there's information that you can obtain, they don't. So those people you have to help. Like you can't just write them off as being ignorant. You have to reach them. That's what I hate about.
But each one is teach one, right? Each one teach one.
Hold on. All right. Now check this out. Hold on, ma'am. Now, okay, now check this out. This is what we're gonna do. Miss Lady. This is what we're gonna do. She's speaking real stuff. But this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask a question. Right now.
Can I get this off before you
No. We going 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there. It's about the podcast.
Keep it moving.
Okay.
Too much.
Keep it moving.
Go. All right. Then I want to ask this question real quick. This is dealing with something I want to ask each and every individual in here. You know what I'm saying? It's something about organize your community and jobs. It says you must inspire people in your community to learn more about financial opportunity that we can make as a whole. That's something that we miss it in our community. With financial intelligence of change, how can we make a financial intelligence change? I want us all to think about that because we got to build something they call an economy. So anybody got any questions? Go ahead.
No, let him go in the Yankee and let him go. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Go ahead.
Sit back and black man speak.
We are the encyclopedia generation. We grew up in school. They gave us book reports. We had to reference encyclopedias. Everything, depending on what it is, you have to reference the site. Now you can open up your phone and boom, everything. The knowledge of the world lies within the handheld. So can you really say it lies within my responsibility because that man can't pull himself up by his bootstraps and go on Indeed.com like everybody else is able to do at the library because they are publicly able to.
I have to.
Now, the lack of knowledge is understandable. You got to give somebody the will and a want to see a bigger future for themselves. But it's hard to
inspire giving yourself a will and a want,
inspire.
though.
So
We're talking a lot about giving
I
other
looked
people
up to
the
the
will and
Susan
the want. What about giving
okay,
it to
that's a
ourselves?
dapper individual.
It's
Look at the
us,
demographic. I just had this conversation with my man. They don't respect the glitz and the glam, and we all like it. Everybody like Timberlands. Everybody like J's up in here. Everybody like to be fresh. Look, if you put me next to a young man and you put me next to a man in a suit, who he gonna respect next to it? He gonna know. He gonna know the option to choose is the man in the suit. But if backdropping his demographic, he see me fresh as hell every day. He gonna respect that when I'm
already.
That's real.
Already.
Go
ahead. Go ahead, sis.
Go ahead. You want to go? Go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, for me, one, I definitely wanted to step back for a second to allow all the voices of these black men in the room to be heard. That's dope as fuck for me. So I don't mind stepping back. I'm okay with that. But, I heard a lot of talking about, how we can educate the community, what we can do. But I really feel like it started with self. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get out here trying to guide people. You can't be the blind leading the blind. The fuck? We're going to lead folks in the wrong direction. So people really have to understand it starts with them. You know what I'm saying? So how you going to be out here preaching to the choir and you're not even practicing what you're preaching? So, I mean, for me, it just starts with you first. Please just don't ever forget that, y'all. It start with y'all. Like I said before, it's a lot of artists in the room. Like, y'all can educate folks through y'all music. Music is the key to the soul. So, all of y'all have that option. Y'all choose to put out the music. Y'all still choose to put out. So, I mean, I'm just saying it start with y'all. Y'all gotta self-educate yourself. Y'all also gotta heal and grow through all these, childhood wounds. Be willing to admit where you are and actually grow. Like, it start with you. I'm just saying, please don't ever forget that. It's just like
That's true.
y'all. Like,
So like Kente said, to sum up what Kente said, basically, it's like we talked about the last time we got together and we chopped it up.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I tell people this all the time, and it's relating to all of that and then the above, even the comment from the audience. Put your mask on first. If you on a plane and you got a small child with you, the steward is gonna come around and on the intercom, you're gonna hear her say, if we get into some kind of shit, put your mask on first and then give it to the person you protecting next to you. You can't save nobody if you're dead. I tell people that all the time. I tell people that because I have to tell myself that, right? It's important to know. So all of what she said, all of what he said is all important. The only part that I want to interject is that W.E.B. Du Bois said he coined a term called the talented 10th. And in my terms, it's like wolves and sheep.
Okay.
You got a whole lot of sheep out here, but only a few wolves.
Okay.
That's the talented 10th. And regardless of whether you like it or not, it is your obligation.
Right.
To lift up the ones underneath you. It is. It definitely is your obligation. That's what this sister over there was saying. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts.
But you can't help those.
It's true. It's sometimes the truth hurt. Hold on, wait a minute, because I ain't done though. I just want to finish it out. Because sometimes the truth hurt, sometimes the truth hurt, and sometimes the truth heavy. But regardless of what it is, you got to put that backpack on and you got to keep on trucking. It is our job, no matter how we do it. And a lot of them can't be or won't and don't want to be saved.
Right.
Like E40 said. But what I'm shocked because one of the others gonna happen. If I drop these seeds in the dirt, only one or two things gonna happen. Either it's gonna grow or it's gonna not grow. But if it grow, then we feed families. So I'm gonna drop the seed regardless, because it's my duty to drop the seed. That's all I'm saying.
I have to say something to what you said. So
well,
I have to say one thing.
Hold on, let this sister speak.
One thing.
We're finna go on. Go ahead, my sister.
So you said why? I really want to answer that. I don't know. For me, I never forget where I came from. I was the same girl nodding at the altar before I woke up one day and said, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna ever do pills again to feel voids of hurt and pain." And so I never forget that. I never forget where I came from, understanding that every single person you walk past, you never know what they've been through. I don't want to leave nobody behind. Everything that I learned and any knowledge that I gain, I want to be able to pass that to the next person. Because one thing I do know is again, I was the girl sitting at the altar. I don't sit there high to judge nobody girl. So
statement is because you can only teach somebody. And you can only help. I ain't gonna say teach. I take that whole teach back. You can only train and help somebody as much and try to walk the same path that you walk with you for so long before they start bringing you down.
I will take that. Understand? Wait. I'm not done. Wait. Let me finish. Give me 5 seconds and I'ma finish.
Your 5 seconds.
Listen. I'll take that. It start with self. Like I said, I don't sit that high in nobody's world to judge.
Don't nobody do.
And I'll take that. And so for me, like you said, with the dirt in the grass, understanding that it takes both the sun and the motherfucking rain for the flower to grow. So yes, understand that those roots come from our motherfucking ancestors. So every last one of y'all got grass and motherfucking dirt. And if y'all want to say our parents was a seed, however y'all want to put it, but understand me that the grass and the dirt really does matter. And at the same time, I understand that I was literally that flower that I thought would never fucking bloom. And so once I started to bloom, I refused to be the only motherfucking flower in the field blooming. I want to see every fucking flower in the motherfucking field blooming. That's what it looked like to me. Like I refuse. I came here to serve. I didn't come here to have fun, to enjoy and turn up, and for the material shit. I came here to make sure that every field in that motherfucking, every flower in that field bloom. Don't give up. Just don't give up. I didn't come here to serve. And I'll take that. I came here to spread the word.
That's the same thing as serving.
That's the same thing. You serving. I'm spreading the word and serving.
I'm delivering.
That's a serving. That's serving.
I'm not
same thing as serving, baby.
Okay, now.
Who you serving?
Okay, now.
Who you delivering that message for God, right? You
and that's
God.
why it's so powerful
you
here tonight.
For God. You still serving for God.
Okay.
Forget that.
Okay. Now let me say something.
Okay.
Let me say something.
Don't leave them behind. They all
okay. Not great.
So remember that we gotta
before we close out to the next segment that will be coming up here soon. Saturday, we will pick up on it next Saturday, and it's gonna be great. And I want to touch on a few things that's very important, you know what I'm saying? And first, I want every individual out there to understand once you communicating the right view is very important to create that understanding. You know what I'm saying? That's very important. You know what I'm saying? The right conduct of action brings back that great energy. That's very important. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes frequencies can get high, but it's not a negative high. It's an energy that's greater than you and I. You know what I'm saying? And that's what digs deep in everyone that brings out that high power source. You know what I'm saying? And we separated alone, the great meditation brings about great contribution to the community. Because great meditation brings back great contribution to the community because it's very important. But number one, I want to say is that ministry of healing is very important because renewing of the mind, we have to renew our minds. Because number one, to destroy the Willie Lynch syndrome and start worshiping one God, that's the living God, up under one umbrella, we can see forth something greater. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of more, but I want to say this here too. This conversation lands back on something that's very important that we was talking about. You know what I'm saying? We must let the people know it is easy if the foundation is strong in the community. We must let the people know that. If our foundation is strong in the community, we can win. We can become better because you know why? I was talking to a brother one day, you know what he told me? He said, Jay, did you pay attention? He said, if you go up in the church, if you look up in the church, we're going to get this real quick, right quick. He said, if you look up in the church, there's doctors, there's lawyers, there's ministers, there's preachers, there's teachers, there's mothers. There's more women in the church today than men. Why is that? No, it's not that they're looking for husband. It's not that looking for husband because the pastor in the church as a man had took the oath. And the oath sets you in the committee of a lot of other things that set you in the forth for unjust. We as men, let me elaborate.
They separating you? They telling us women when we in church?
No. What we have to do is realize right now in the black community that women, you black women, had to get yourself in position as well. But you black women, we have to. We have to get behind you black women and stand strong, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. If we as young black men don't start supporting, representing each other, the women ain't gonna represent one another, and the children gonna be the stray.
I can say a whole lot about that situation.
But you feel me though?
I don't.
Okay, well explain it then. No, we can explain that right quick.
I really don't. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I really don't. Like, we got women that's waking up in the household with low life ass niggas that get up and go to church. Guess what they niggas want to do? Watch Sunday Night Football.
Whoa! Hold up. We finna close this out. He said everything. Let me hit you with something that deep. We're gonna level the pressure. I love that. Because that's very important. I see it every day. But at the same time, let me show you something. That's where you, me, her, him, everybody in this brain chamber. Even listen, and even everything that you're doing with this camera, your promotion, your radio, your music, we have to pull these brothers together to be able to teach those women.
I'm sorry, I can't even say able.
No,
because these is people that know right from wrong.
Right. And listen, and guess what? Guess what?
What puts them off track? Like, what gets them in the zone of like, oh, I just want to.
You know why? I'm gonna ask. Okay, we can say mental health. But I'm gonna say it like this here. I'm gonna leave it at this here. Listen, I'm gonna say
shit. Them going and being in church dragged out. Cause shit, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a young black male, but I've been out in church and doing what I had to do in church since I was young. It's not because of the lack of the help from the women or the mothers or none of that, elders and none of that.
Right.
It's just that, oh shit, man, I've been doing this for so long. I don't even want to go back to this motherfucker. I don't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Because you become lawless.
You as a whole
become lawless. You become lawless.
And all of that.
No,
shit.
You become lawless, brother. Once you accept
I can't
the fact,
even say lawless because
yes,
you
become lawless.
Because to be close to God is to obey the law of the land. To be close to God is to obey the law of the land.
But
all right, everybody 30 seconds.
Okay, look, everybody 30 seconds.
He got a question. Remy got a question. Let him ask this question.
Go ahead. Hey, hey, I love this.
Remy got a question. Remy, go ahead.
Go ahead, Remy. Go ahead.
Moonwalking in the county.
Okay, so
we got a second. We got 1 minute.
Come on, because we got to wrap it up.
I'm gonna talk about God, Todd, and Yah. First and foremost, God made through earth and all the creation 7 days. Right, that last day He rested. Did all the work before anybody saw it. Then He chilled. Everybody else for the rest of their life, all the creation, see God chilling.
Did He really rest though?
BoJack Horseman. This is what I'm saying. Todd on BoJack Horseman had a whole lot of real shit in his life he was dealing with. Like from a lot of folks that I talked to, a lot of us dealing with issues with our bird. Like our moms. Todd was dealing with shit with his mom. He was around Hollywood movie stars and big time ball.
Time to get off that team, become a man, and handle your business.
He was always listen, he was always full of fancy freaks. He was dealing with real shit, knew their problems wasn't shit. He could always help them with their problems. So when they saw him, he lit up their world and everybody just opened doors for him to be him. Now, as far as y'all have to understand, y'all fight the biggest shit, the bullshit y'all think about on a daily basis. Y'all the bullshit, fight the real shit. Child soldiers exist.
Okay, back to the
That's what I want to say.
So I have 30 seconds to wrap it up. I'm just gonna say this.
Can you say something about healing?
I will. I definitely don't mind saying nothing about healing. I mean,
bring the healing on.
It's very important that we heal, right? It's very important to pour into self first, right? I just definitely want to say this, like when it comes to leaving people behind, don't ever forget this. If you came here to spread the word, or you came here to serve, however you want to put it, right? Understand that it's never about you. And I know that we be so quick to just like, I get it. Like sometimes people don't want to learn, but you can't give up on people. One, it's not really about you. You came here to spread the word, right? To understand that folks have the light within them, to help them understand the light within them, to bring them towards God, their higher self, the God is within them, however you want to put it. But please just don't ever give up on people, be willing to water your sister or brother, dirt, they may be in the dark and they may have a hard time watering their own dirt.
Hold on.
Let that second. Bro, want to close.
He can close it out. Let me know when to start.
I'm with you. Go ahead. I'm with you.
The most disrespected person in America is who?
Black
The
woman.
most neglected person in America is who? That's why they go to churches. They trying to get that edifying. They trying to get that fulfillment that we not giving them. If we want to give it to them, we got to stand up as men. We got a whole lot of shit that we ain't doing. We got a whole lot of shit that we need to do. We got a whole lot of shit that we supposed to do that we ain't doing. And all I'm saying is, grass and dirt. That's how we gonna do it. Period.
And to close it out, brothers, you wanna close? You wanna say anything? You want to go?
30 seconds.
Go ahead and say what I gotta say.
Say what you gotta say.
Without healing, you cannot have faith. Without faith, you cannot heal.
Okay.
So go ahead and pray, repent from your sins, and do what you gotta do as a whole, as humanity, not woman, man, or child, as a whole.
Okay.
And that's what it is.
Hey, look here. I ain't got nothing to say. Bro, close it out. What we gotta do? Everybody say what we gotta do. What we gotta do?
What we gotta do? Unify.
What we gotta do? Unify. What we gotta do? Unify. That's what we gotta do. Thank y'all for coming on. May God bless everybody.
I'm sorry.